SportBikeWrench.com is the exclusive sponsor of OnTheThrottle.TV. Visit SportBikeWrench.com to find the parts you see used by the pros in OTT videos. Okay, Darin, so you guys have new official titles here, according to Sean Stormont. So who are you officially on the team?
I am the race engineer for the Jordan Motorsports National Guard 54 team.
So what does that entail that you do then day to day on the ground?
I guess overall direction for setup, on-track performance analysis, dealing with the rider, change there. I interact with Sean, who's our technical director, and he provides the input to the actual technicians to do the changes that we come up with, talking with the rider, looking through the data, analyzing the issues, and working forward.
So you're the guy that we always see talking to Jake, sitting in the chairs in the pit, whispering to one another about what went on.
Absolutely.
How do those conversations typically go? He comes back and tells you, it's pushing this way, and then how does that happen?
Yeah, we'll come in and just take a second or two, collect the thoughts up, and then just start going through the corners, breaking the corners down, what it's doing, entry, middle, exit, and where the bikes, what are the problems, addressing the biggest problems first, so try and look at just like I'm sure everybody else does, and then just get your list of actions in terms of the priorities, and then check through the data, look what the bike's doing, his feedback, and make some changes, go back out and try it again.
So if he comes in and says the bike's pushing, then I guess you want to know where it's pushing.
Absolutely. Yeah, you need to know, is it on entry, is it in the middle, or is it the exit? Because there's different things to change what the bike's doing at those different parts of the corner. So if he says it comes in pushing, well, if he doesn't tell you where, you get out of making it. It's easy to wreck the bike. We can make it worse in a heartbeat.
Are there some things that a bike does where you go, okay, well that, I'm trying to look for like a troubleshooting list. So like if it's pushing into the entry of the corner, there's what's at the top of the troubleshooting list that you look at?
It'll depend on where you're saying. Like, again, you get the end of the corner. So are you on the brakes? Are you off the brakes? Is it feel like the suspension? Get his feelings first. Is it sit low? Is it high? It doesn't feel like it's transferring weight. And then you always have to quantify it up with the data, what it's doing, just a backup. And ideally you have a situation where the data aligns with what the rider's feelings are, because then it makes it easier to get a direction that the rider is going to be going forward with. One of the biggest things is just getting it to understand when the rider says what he's feeling, to know what he means by that, because every rider's sometimes when it's different, is it pushing, is it actually tucking, is it a situation where the front feels like it wants to pull it under, or is it just pushing wide, is it loaded too much, loaded not enough. You need to work with the rider, and get that language down.
Is Jake very specific in what he likes to see in the bike? Like, he's like, I want the front end to drop more or anything like that?
No, he doesn't have I wouldn't say he has a set, it has to be like this. He's shown great flexibility. In fact, we go through all the sessions, get the bike, the best we can get the bike. When it comes time to race, it's okay, this is what I have. All right, I'll work with what I have. And he's able to, change his positioning. Little guy, so it doesn't have as much impact as a big guy does changing positioning, but he'll work at it to whether he has to pick the bike up, if he needs a little better exit grip, things like that. Position his body as much as he can for, weight transition. So he just goes of what, he breaks down what's slowing him down. It's not like I need it to be here to go through this corner. It's like, okay, I can't get through this corner because here's what it won't let me do. And then we'll look through, like I say, with the data, say, okay, well, here's what the bike is doing, here's what the geometry is of that position, and we'll try some things there, and they'll go and say, yeah, that's made it better, so, and work on your direction. And once you've built that up, it's been a few races now, starting to get a little bit of those things built up where we know that when he's looking for this, okay, then generally we'll need a little more trail here, maybe we need a little more support in the rear, a little more in the front, those type of things. So it's, there certainly isn't any playbook by any means. If there is, somebody would be selling it, I'm sure, but.
Okay, last question then. Are you meeting expectations, exceeding expectations where you thought you would be, hope you would be?
I'd say we're close to where we thought we'd be. We had a really good, we knew we had a really good package with the machine last year. The bike was really good. Made some great improvements with it, and it was consistent. And then with Jake, very consistent, very quick rider, knows how to explain what he needs the bike to do, without getting into I need different springs, or he doesn't he just explains what the bike's doing, as opposed to coming in and telling you, okay, I want some more rear, more this and more that. He explains what the bike's doing, and then we work towards it that way. So I would say we're for sure, Daytona was probably more than expected. I mean, that'd be pretty darn cocky to go in thinking you're going to have new team, new bike, new everything, and do that. So everything came together well. Jake rode fantastic, and the bikes were prepared. The guys did a great job and gave him a good bike that he was able to do the rest with. But I would say we're about where we expected to be. We thought we'd be fighting for the podium positions week in, week out. So I think we're where we expected to be. Now it's a matter of all the boys working together to keep the program going, to have the consistency there, so every weekend we can be there and be in front of the guys at the end of the race that we need to be in front of. So that's our challenge.
Well, we got one more race today. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having a chance to talk to you guys.